The boy band era of the late 90s gave us a bunch of original Christmas hits from groups like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and the group that joins us for this episode, 98 Degrees. Nick, Drew, Justin, and Jeff are all here to talk about their Christmas hit, This Gift.
Behind the Christmas Hits with Drew Savage.
I've never had this many guests join us for one single episode, but here we go with 98 Degrees.
Happy anniversary, 25 years since This Gift.
Wow.
It seems like
you put it like that, it makes us feel old. I hadn't really thought about that.
Yeah, it seems like every year now we're hitting some new milestone, some new anniversary. It was like, 25 years since we got together, 25 years since the first single. Now it's 25 years since our first holiday single. It means we're just getting old.
I'm right there with you guys. I am right there with you. Putting this in context, your debut album, 98 Degrees, came out in 97, Invisible Man, the big hit. Then comes 98 Degrees and Rising in 98 with multiple hits and multiple millions of albums sold. And then in 99, a Christmas album. So, Nick, why was 1999 the right time for a Christmas album for 98 Degrees?
Well, I think to your point, we had come off of two, regular albums and 90 Degrees and Rising had been a big success. It just felt like the right time. We'd always wanted to do a Christmas record. In fact, one of the songs on our original demo we did with Montel Jordan back in 1995 was an a cappella Christmas song. So Christmas had always been something that was really special to us, and just felt like off the momentum of And Rising, it was the right time to kind of step into that, into that arena. And I think a little known fact, and I just thought about this as we're talking about This Gift, is that video was actually shot in Canada, believe it or not, for This Gift. So we have a very special connection.
Yeah, I think it's written by Sean and Dane. They wrote the song, didn't they, as well?
Sean and Dane and Anderson Arnthor are all credited. It's like the 98 Degrees songwriting dream team.
Did not even remember that part. Wow.
Yeah.
Dane and Sean co-wrote Invisible Man, and Anderson and Arnthor, they wrote Because of You, did they?
Yeah.
So it's like the coming together of two of your biggest, earliest hits.
Wait, so that was a collab between all four of them? I don't even remember that. So it's truly connected to Canada in every possible way. Video, songwriters, amazing.
Where was the Jeff? Do you remember where the video was shot?
I don't. The Lachey brothers are they have minds like they're sharp as a tack.
It was Toronto, right?
Was it Toronto, Drew?
I think it was Toronto. I think it was just kind of like a sound stage. We brought in some fans to be an audience. We actually put our tour manager in the video faking his way through playing the cello. And I had a cello player friend, basically call me up and heckle me for using scab players, in the video. But yeah, it was a lot of fun because that whole time was such a whirlwind. I mean, we literally came off the road, like any day we had, we would go into the studio, anytime we would do the photo shoot. That's why for almost like the cover of the album, we almost look green. It's like jaundice from either illness or too much alcohol consumption or something, was creeping up on us at that time. Yeah.
1999 was quite a year for you guys on the road. I pulled up your tour schedule for that year, and I'm assuming you must have spent Christmas of 99 on the road. If the tour schedule I found is accurate, you played Mexico City on December 23rd and Singapore on December 26th. That's not a short trip.
I don't think so. I don't think that was right.
Okay, Jeff is shaking his even the guy who doesn't remember doesn't think that's scheduled.
Well, I do remember that, we were so busy, like you're saying. I mean, I don't know if we did that routing, but I remember in 98 and 99, those 2 years, I think we had a total of something like 7 days off total between traveling, recording shows, being on TV shows. Certainly not complaining about it, but you can imagine how exhausting that must be. We had collectively, I think it was a week off. Now, I can't remember whether we went from Mexico City. I don't remember us even playing.
No, I remember.
I'm like, well, I really don't remember anything.
We were in Paris. We were in Paris on Christmas Day, 1999, in Paris, France. As part of that MTV My2K or Y2K tour. So.
Wow.
What movie did we go see? Trivia question. What movie did we go see on Christmas in Paris?
Fight Club.
Fight Club.
Are you allowed to talk about that? Are you allowed to talk Fight Club seeing the movie?
We might not want to talk about it. It was a dark time. We were supposed to be in Rome, actually.
You were supposed to be in Rome, Justin.
Yes, we were supposed to meet the Pope, but then some things came up. Didn't work out.
You had an audience with the Pope scheduled for Christmas time?
It's
Well,
true.
we had a
So
couple on that My2K tour, which was that big one we did with MTV. We went all over the North Pole, and I think that at that time, they were worried about some unrest in different regions, and so politically they thought it would be better if we didn't go into those spots.
Yeah, the State Department warned against it.
The former Pope actually was a poet, and we recorded one of his poems, and I think some other artists like Britney also did as well. So that's how we were supposed to meet the Pope.
So, Justin, what was your first reaction when it comes time to record this holiday album? What was your first reaction the first time you heard this gift?
Some songs you just hear and you automatically think, wow, that's just an amazing song, and it sounds like a hit to me. So I had that feeling with Invisible Man as well as this gift. So it's always great to have a song that you feel that strongly about.
Nick, why do you think it resonated so strongly with people?
Well, now that I know the dream team that was behind it, it makes perfect sense that it resonated. I mean, you're obviously working with incredibly talented writers and producers, and certainly we were at kind of the peak of our career arc, if you will. So yeah, I think it was just, it was a great sounding song that, in fact, we loved the song so much we actually thought this shouldn't just be a Christmas song. We should put this out as a regular kind of mainstream single because we love the song so much. So I think it's, it kind of checked all the boxes, if you will. It was a great sounding song. The message was certainly appropriate for that time of year, and had a dream team of writers and producers behind it. And the group wasn't bad either. So, there's that.
Interesting. You say you maybe just put it out as like an any time of the year song. Because when I was listening to it again a few times on repeat last night, I was like, I could totally see somebody or a couple who chose to get married at the holidays choose this for their wedding song. It would totally fit that context. You're shaking your head, Jeff.
I mean, look, we're fortunate enough to be a part of a couple of those kinds of songs. I mean, I do another one. That's another one we heard first listen. We're like, obviously, this is an obvious wedding song because of the lyrics. And that, we've been fortunate enough to be a part of a lot of great hits like that fans will come up to us and tell us stories that, how they attach to the song, the meaning that they have in their lives to certain moments even the hardest thing, people come up and go, I broke up with my girlfriend and the hardest thing was the song. But songs like this gift, we've been fortunate enough to be a part of these songs that sort of could come out now, right? That stand the test of time. And a lot of times, you're part of a group like this and the songs sound dated and, they're kind of attributed to that time. But for us, this gift, I Do, Hardest Thing, Invisible Man, those are sort of timeless classics that we're kind of thrilled and honored to be a part of.
Drew, for you, why because 98 Degrees, you guys have recorded a bunch of other Christmas songs since. Why does 98 Degrees and Christmas go so well together?
I think a lot of it has to do with our vocal sound. A lot of the classic Christmas songs, whether it's I'll Be Home for Christmas, which Nick mentioned was on our original demo, or whether it's, these kind of crooner-esque, whether you got the Bing Crosby or the Johnny Mathis or the whoever it is. I mean, all the way up to like the Pentatonics. All these songs they lend themselves to like the vocal harmonies and these great melodies, which is what we've always prided ourselves on, like the vocals and being able to like stack our harmonies on top of each other and really make a full, beautiful sound. And I think that sound just really, really marries well to the holidays. So I think that's kind of why. And also it's just the feeling that the holidays give of family and togetherness and love and all that good stuff. If we were more of a rump shaker kind of group, that might not necessarily lend itself so well to the holidays, but because our songs historically are love songs and togetherness and uplifting, I feel like it really is just a good marriage.
98 Degrees knows how to make a great love song, man. And there are not, I don't know whether it's a lost art. I'm going to sound like I'm 1,000 years old, but they're not as many of them. And why do you think they are? Nick, why do you think like just a straight ahead love song ballad is not as in fashion now as it once was?
I'm going to get really deep on this one, but I think that we're in a time and in a culture now where everything is instant gratification. People can't people can't wait for a song to evolve like they used to. They need to be satisfied right now. It's a 30-second clip. It's a 10-second clip. So, I think a great love song, it's a build, right? You kind of have an arc to it. And I think I'm just, speculating, but I think people just don't have the patience for it anymore. We want to be instantly, taken somewhere. And I think that, some more rhythmic music, I think satisfies that more for people. But I truly feel like it's a lost art. We're all going to sound like fossils on this interview, I guess, because it's a lost art. It's a underappreciated art, if you will. So that's something we've always, had a lot of pride in our ability to sing those kinds of songs. And that's been really kind of the through line of our career, love songs. And so, I think there's also a cycle to it, right? Maybe it'll cycle back around and we'll see people start to kind of revisit, ballads more than they have been of late. But yeah,
like a great slow jam is just awesome.
And we've been, as Jeff said, we've been lucky to have, quite a few of them. And it's great to be in concert and see those people, taken back to a time, when that song was really meaningful for them. And so, that's for us, it's very special to have those ballads, those love songs, if you will. And hopefully we do see that start to cycle back around for people.
One of the cool things about Christmas hits that I love and appreciate about them is, as we talk about cycles and arcs of songs, once a song connects, once a Christmas hit connects with people and it's truly established, it doesn't matter what the flavor of the year is musically. It doesn't matter who puts out new music or who goes on tour. Come Christmas, those songs come back every year, and this gift has never gone away in 25 years. You must hear it when you're just going out about in your everyday lives. Like, Justin, can you think of a place where you've been and you're trying to get your holiday stuff done, and then suddenly you're in a situation and your song is on in the background?
Yeah, sometimes when you're getting that last minute Christmas shopping in and, they have the Christmas tunes pumping in the stores. We do get to hear it. It's always brings a smile to my face.
The song I actually hear more than this gift when I'm out shopping is Christmas Ain't the Same, which is a song that Jeff wrote on the tour bus in his bunk, driving us all nuts with that little karaoke keyboard sound. But, I'll be like out running around. I'll be, Christmas ain't the same without you. And I'll just hear it. And I'm like, that son of a what? But yeah, that's the one I hear more than this gift, actually.
The one I've been hearing is Season of Love everywhere. I just heard, my wife heard that one the other day. Drew, I don't know if you know that one. That came off of our last Christmas album. And that one was, I was talking to the other Drew.
Drew.
This is where it gets confusing when you got two
Drew Lachey.
You get six guys and two of them are named Drew.
Not the smart ass Drew, the other Drew.
The polite Drew on this call. But that one I've been hearing nonstop, and that one was written by Nick and Drew. So it is cool to be a part of those songs. What's really unique and exciting about Christmas is there aren't two new classics. So for us, we really take a lot of pride in this gift and Season of Love and some of these other ones that were originals, because each year, obviously, there's the Christmas spirit that people do these songs and they put out these albums because they come out every year and it's a good marketing ploy for a group or an artist to put out Christmas songs. But everybody is always aiming for that next Christmas classic. And for us, it's kind of cool to be a part of a few original tunes. I mean, certainly we love all the covers and the classics. And like Drew said earlier, our voices, we're a quartet, so they lend themselves to those arrangements. But it's really cool to be a part of some originals as well.
Just quickly want to kind of check in. What's Christmas morning going to be like for all of you? We, as we flash forward here a few days and weeks, Nick, your kids are still like very much in prime Christmas years, are they not?
Yeah. Christmas morning is, it's a party. Usually starts around 6 a.m. when they're up and ready to go. And, it's a lot of wrapping paper everywhere. But, that's the beauty of it, is watching your kids, kind of relish in the joy of the moment. So it'll be chaos at my house on Christmas morning for sure.
Are you the dad who builds stuff on Christmas morning?
Usually it happens very late on Christmas Eve, or early Christmas morning, 2 in the morning, putting a bike together or a scooter or whatever it is. Neck deep in my fifth bourbon, trying to read directions that don't make sense anymore. That's usually my Christmas Eve.
And Jeff, you still have kids that are in those prime Christmas years, don't you?
All of them. Yeah, even the
all
ones
of
in
them.
their 20s, they're still in the Christmas spirit.
I love that.
No, we do. We have a younger one that's 13. She's super excited about all of it. Usually now, I've been informed by her that it's a tradition for us to go to New York after Christmas Day. So I guess we're going to be in New York again this year. But yeah, I mean, it's always fun at our house, always exciting. And unlike Nick, I don't put together anything. I hire a guy that comes in and puts it. I have no patience. If I try to put something together, it won't be a gift that I can give anyone. So I always kind of envy the fact that these guys have that skill set.
You're not Clark Griswolding your Christmas lights on your house, Jeff?
No,
not climbing a ladder?
No.
How about you, Drew? Your kids are late teens, aren't they?
Yeah, I have a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old. So
okay. So still okay. Yep.
Yeah. So I've got a freshman in college and a freshman in high school. They're very much. They love the traditions of Christmas time and the holidays. And, we don't necessarily have a tradition going to New York every year, which, Jeff, I'm glad that we don't. They are starting to get to that phase where, yes, there are things that they want, like clothes or whatever, but they're starting to get to a place where, as parents, you're happy about, they want to experience things together as a family. They want to take trips together. They want to build memories together. So, yes, they still want stuff. But they're also getting to that place where like, yeah, remember, like last year we met, Nick's family and we did a ski trip together. And this year we're going on a different trip. So, they're getting to a phase where stuff is always good, but, building those family memories is important to them as well.
Justin, how about you? What's Christmas morning like for you and your family?
My stepdog and I, we like to sleep in. So once we get up and we'll open up some more gifts. We do a little bit before on Christmas Eve, but we'll open up the rest of the presents and then just spend time with family.
Sounds like Nick might be jealous of the sleeping in aspect.
Big fan of the sleeping in, with or without a stepdog, but big fan of the sleeping in.
I'm curious to know for each one of you what your favorite Christmas song is.
There are so many good ones, but I love "Oh Holy Night." I just love the way that song's written and the dynamics that go along with that song. There's so many good ones, but that's probably my favorite.
Do you have a favorite singer of that song?
Johnny Mathis had a very good version of that. That's probably the first time I heard the song was his version. My mom had a vinyl and was playing that during the holidays one year. And I fell in love with the song, his version.
Johnny Mathis is certainly one of those classic Christmas voices for sure. Drew, for you, favorite Christmas song?
Well, I don't know if it's my favorite, but the one that kind of, it's Christmas time is the Mariah Carey. I mean, the Queen of Christmas. Once you hear that come on, you're like, oh, yep, nope, now we're in it. And we've actually, on one of our Christmas tours, we actually performed that one live, which was always a lot of fun, with the audience, singing it back to us. But yeah, that's probably the one where I know that there's no turning back at that point.
All seriousness and jokes aside about its time and all the videos and all that stuff, I really think it's the biggest song since White Christmas.
Yeah.
It's huge.
There's just like, what's the comp? It's just the biggest thing in decades when it comes to Christmas music.
Yep.
Justin, your favorite Christmas song?
I got to go with Chestnuts by Nat King Cole. That's my favorite version.
Nick, for you, your favorite go-to Christmas song every year?
I don't know how PC it is anymore, but Baby It's Cold Outside to me is like a classic Christmas, although it seems a little creepy now, I guess, in hindsight. But
I think it's been uncanceled. It's certainly been, good. There's been some lyric revisions done and radio stations have started to play it again. But even like some of the older original versions too. So
to me, that's a classic. And I like the Bublé version of that one. I think he does a great job on it.
Before we go, and guys, I really appreciate the time. Thank you so much. I thought it might be fun to do a round of Christmas-themed 98 Degrees most likely to. So I'll give you a category, and then you guys can discuss and decide who it is, which of the four of you best fits this description. So which member of 98 Degrees is most likely to binge watch Hallmark Christmas movies?
Alone or with their significant other?
So that makes me think that Drew is the one to.
We'll go with Drew.
Sure. I've been in one of those Christmas movies, so I guess I'll die on that mountain.
Yeah, Drew's the only one that's been in one, I think. So we'll let him take that.
Drew, give the movie a plug while we're talking about it.
It's I think it's called Guess Who's Coming to Christmas? I think that's what it was called.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was called. Come on.
No, I do. I think that's what the never mind.
Repeat in the house right
You were fantastic in that, Drew.
Yes, you're right, Justin. I was. Thank you.
Was it shot in Vancouver?
It was shot in Vancouver.
Yes.
Was it? Did you stay? Did they put you up at the Sutton Place Hotel?
I don't remember which hotel, but I was
Okay,
walking
all right.
into the lobby and I saw Pam Anderson. I was like, hey.
Must be Vancouver.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got Drew down for most likely to binge watch his own Christmas movie. Which member? Gather around the TV, family. It's time to watch me. Which member of 98 Degrees is most likely to leave their Christmas shopping until Christmas Eve?
I'm going to go ahead and take this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we all agree, Justin.
Inevitably, there's always things I've overlooked, and so gift cards, virtual gift cards are often the go-to.
It's also always good that you can be like, oh, the liquor store, you get a bottle of bourbon, you get a bottle of wine, you get a...
Who's the most likely to be that guy at a Christmas party?
That guy?
What's that guy do?
That guy. You know, that guy who's the source of all of the stories that come out of the Christmas party. I'm thinking Nick, just looking at his the look on his face.
That was where I was leaning towards.
It depends on how many bourbons Nick's has had, but yeah, if he's had enough bourbon, he's that guy.
It could be 3 out of the 4 of us. Let's just put it that way.
I'll tell you this. I've not done an episode where bourbon has been referenced more than this one.
Welcome to 98 Degrees.
98 Degrees, thank you very much. Nick, Drew, Jeff, and Justin, happy anniversary once again for the 25 years of this gift and continued success. We hope to see you guys on the road soon. Will there be touring in 2025 for you guys?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we're going to go overseas and hopefully we're talking about it and it's long overdue. We're going to try to make our way up to Canada. It's been too long. It was the first place that embraced us and we're excited about getting back there. So look out for us there in the upcoming year. And Drew, thanks for having us. Happy holidays to you. We appreciate it.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. 98 Degrees. Thanks for being on Behind the Christmas Hits.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. You can find me on Instagram at Drew Savage on air. Let me know if there are any songs you'd like to hear an episode about in the future. If you enjoyed this one, please leave us a rating and review. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a story behind the Christmas hits.